very good, Miles. You can tell your mother you'll soon be ready for grade 3.
Please, miss, could I be excused?
Yes, of course. Run along home now.
No, the wee.
Oh, of course. Come on. Daddy, have you nearly finished?
No, I have not.
I'm very sorry, Miles. Are you sure you're all right?
Of course I'm all right. Can't a chap have a little privacy?
It's just that you've been up there for half an hour.
It gets harder as you get older, Belle. You'll discover that for yourself soon enough. Oh, should leave me alone to concentrate. Eureka. Nearly stumped me with 14 down. But I'm a wily old fox.
Perhaps, but poor little Miles had a more urgent need to visit your lair.
I beg your pardon?
I expect you'll be impersonating the 5th little piggy by now. I fear for his flannels.
Oh, oui.
Why do you insist on doing the crossword in the loo?
Furthest place in the house from your tone-deaf customers. Oh, good God. It's Friday again.
No one's denying it.
Today's the day Visigoth comes to pound your keyboard and contaminate my home.
If you mean Nigel, yes, he is due this afternoon.
Nigel, indeed. In my day, we didn't presume to use first names after a mere fortnight. Your mother was still addressing me in public as Mr. Purcell 3 years after you were born. Well, I shan't be here when he arrives. I prefer not to breathe in what he breathes out. I shall struggle down to the village to collect my pension.
He's coming for a piano lesson, not to vandalize the telephone.
Take it from one who has been a professional teacher all his life, that yobbo is ineducable.
He's very diligent.
He may be diligent, but his intentions are strictly dishonourable.
Oh, do you really think so?
All right, Nige.
No. Do you know what time it is? Why didn't you come home last night? What have you been doing?
That's funny. I better check my birth certificate.
You what?
I'm sure it didn't have your name in a space for father.
Your bloody birth certificate didn't have no one's name in a space for father, mate.
You should have been there.
I know, it was my invite.
Hell of a party.
I just wasn't in the mood.
Yeah, Elton asked after you.
Oh, yeah.
Rod flew in specially.
Ho-ho.
There's the most incredible chicks there.
And who said you could take the Porsche? I fancied a quiet pint down the local last night. I had to take the roller. It was very embarrassing.
Oh, my heart bleeds. Here, Nige, who was that tart you had in New York?
Which one?
Oh, you know the one. Worked as a layout artist. Very apt job, I always thought. Zoe?
Zoe, yes.
Yeah, you know, you had a deep, meaningful relationship one whole weekend.
Yeah, well, what about her?
She was there. Very friendly.
Well, you're an animal, Lem. I just thank heavens I no longer share your essentially hedonistic, sexist philosophies.
He's been watching Channel 4 again.
Oi. Well, I got bugger all else to do on my own all last night.
Why'd you stay down the pub?
Because of the autograph hunters.
What about them?
There weren't any.
Oh. Well, you could have watched one of my new tapes.
Your tapes? That is filth, that is, Lem. We're not all obsessed with strange sexual practices.
It makes the world go round.
There is more to life than sweaty bodies writhing in an orgy of lust.
You don't say.
Anyway, the machine was on the blink.
Ah, I gotcha. You know your trouble? That Miss Goody Two-Shoes who teaches you piano.
Get your feet off the table. And I'd rather Belinda's name was not mentioned in the same breath as Snow White and the Seven Perverts, if you don't mind, Lem.
You know you're never going to pull it, don't you?
Look, I'll have you.
You stand more chance.
Right. Oh, you will.
Very good. Famous last words.
Look at that. Bunches of anarchic bananas.
No, Nigel, it's just a question of fingering. Look.
Right.
There you are.
That's quite a nice little riff, that is.
Riff?
Yeah.
You mean the motif?
Motif, riff, same difference. I could build that up into quite a nice little number. Who wrote this? Mendelssohn, eh? Hang about, he's dead, isn't he?
Felix Bartholdy Mendelssohn, 1809 to 1847.
Just as I thought. That's very good. He won't want to cut of the publishing then, will he? Funny name, Bartholdy, isn't it? So, what do you reckon? Am I making some progress?
You're doing very well. Nearly as good as some of my 9-year-olds.
Oh, great. That really sets me up, that does.
You can't run before you can walk, Nigel. Anything really worthwhile in this life can only be achieved by application, patience, and perseverance.
The code of the Purcells.
You could say that.
And, I suppose that goes for, personal relationships too, does it?
Especially personal relationships.
Look, Linda, am I wasting my time with you?
No, I told you. Brush up on your sight reading and you could sail through grade 1.
No, you know, that's not what I meant.
All right. You're not wasting your time as long as you have lots of time to waste.
Hey, that's good. Is that yours or Bob Dylan's?
As far as I know, it's original. Now, I want you to prepare the scales of G, F, and D.
Sod the scales.
Nigel.
Look, do you fancy some chow tonight?
Sorry, isn't a chow a sort of dog?
Well, that as well. What I had in mind was dinner.
Oh, tonight.
Yeah, of course, I realise there's a bit short notice, what with your dad and everything, you know, being so doddery and
Oh, well, actually, at the moment, he's in quite rude health.
Well, I knew about the rude. So, what, it's all right for the night, is it?
Well, that depends.
What on?
Why do you want to take me out to dinner?
Why? Man's got to eat.
And what do you expect of me?
What do you mean?
In return for dinner?
Oh, look, Belinda, I'm not like that.
Why not?
Well, you're not like that. Look, what I want to do is take you in one of my flash cars to the best restaurant in the south of England where we can have a nice bit of dinner, drop a vino, you know, get to know each other a bit better. Then after the I'll bring you back here, give you a peck on the cheek and right. Where's the harm in that?
Nigel, I never realised you were such an old-fashioned romantic. I'll be ready at 8.
At last. I've never had this trouble with the sisters.
All I can say is it's an extraordinary coincidence that you should be low with this mystery illness on the eve of my very first date this decade.
Are you accusing me of malingering? Simply overdid it, Tom. If I have a fault, I suppose it's an unwillingness to admit that I, too, am subject to the inexorable passage of time.
Nothing wrong with your tongue, is there?
It's nearly 100 yards to the post office, Belinda, and it's uphill all the way back.
The incline is 1 in 157. You can only detect it with a spirit level.
I wish my spirits were level. I feel giddy and weak.
Right, I will phone the doctor.
I forbid it. Dr. Rutherford is an incompetent quack. There is no cure for growing old.
It's uncanny how these attacks occur only when a man enters my life. I recall you were stricken in just the same way when Simon Bishop asked me to go on a boating holiday in the Lake District.
Thank heavens you didn't go. Those lakes simply aren't safe.
What on earth do you mean?
Well, look what happened to poor old Donald Campbell.
You're incorrigible. Well, this time I'm not going to give in. It's not as if Nigel's asked me to fly to Honolulu with him.
Heaven forbid.
I'll only be away a few hours.
Oh, very well. The last thing I wish to do is to spoil your evening. If anything should happen to me while you're enjoying your dinner, my last will and testament is in the chiffonier.
Damn it, is there nothing you won't say to get your own way?
I realise it's sometimes not too easy for you, Belinda. But I probably won't be here very much longer.
Don't make promises you don't intend to keep.
Belinda.
Oh, all right. I won't go out.
It's all for the best. But that singer chap simply isn't PLU.
Sorry?
People like us.
I'll invite Nigel to have dinner with me here instead. Daddy. Some lovely tapioca for you.
Vile muck.
Oh, well, if you're not feeling up to it.
No, leave it. I'll try and force down a mouthful. Something's smelling very delicious downstairs.
That'll be the Boeuf Bourguignon. I put a little wine in it.
Wine?
Don't worry, I didn't raid your cellar, your bottle's safe. No, it's just a little Van Ordinaire from the village.
I think he's used to something a bit better than Van Ordinaire.
Probably, but that's all I could afford. Now, I must go and whip the double cream for the trifle.
Don't go, Belle. I have to say something to you.
But he'll be here in a minute.
In point of fact, I want to apologise.
You? You never apologise. Al Capone apologised more than you.
But I realise I have prevented you being taken to a nice restaurant. And, oh, hang the expense. I give you permission to open my 1970 Chateau Compagnie. Do you think you can find it?
Yes, Daddy. There's only the one.
We'll get on with it, then. There's little enough time left for it to breathe. Like me.
Don't be maudlin.
May as well try and make a decent impression. All the light knows the difference between claret and cherryade.
Sometimes you're almost human. Now, eat up all your lovely tapioca, and I might save you some trifle.
Deeny, deeny, miny, mo.
You're a pink toothbrush, I'm a blue toothbrush. Have we met somewhere before? You're a pink toothbrush, and I think
Brought you a bottle of Mooton Rothschild,
1961.
including VAT.
No, I mean, it's a very good year.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
The thing is, I'm just decanting a bottle of Daddy's claret.
Oh, no sweat. We'll drink that first one. This one catches its breath. Oh, candles. That's nice.
I think I ought to warn you that red wine goes straight to my head.
There's place for it. Is your dad any better?
I suspect he'll pull through.
That's what I like to hear. Well, something smells nice.
That'll be the Boeuf Bourguignon.
Oh, that's funny. I could have sworn it was a Channel number 5.
Would you like a sherry before dinner?
No, thanks. I'll stick with the wine.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh, I forgot to ask you, though it's a little late now. Is there anything you don't eat? Oh, sorry, sit down.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Well, one reads how you trendsetters go in for health foods.
Oh, you mean the old brown rice and bean curd kick?
Sort of.
Nah, what I like is red meat and lots of it.
Oh, that's a relief.
Of course, it's all a reaction, you see, to my working class, impoverished background. The old tower block syndrome. My mum was a lousy cook, so it wasn't until I left home I realised beans didn't have to be orange. Cheers. That was ace. Please, miss, can I leave the table?
Would you like some more trifle, or can I press you to a little jelly?
No, that's all right. I shouldn't have had seconds of the beef. What's the name, as it was? Your mum teacher to cook, did she?
Oh, I suppose so. Seems such a long time ago now.
So when she died, the old boy whipped you out the Royal Academy to be a skivvy.
I wouldn't put it quite like that myself.
Don't you ever feel trapped?
Every day. But I love my father and I feel it's my duty.
Right, he's a lucky old bugger. Do you reckon he appreciates you?
When it suits him.
He must rate you, otherwise he wouldn't go out of his way to cock up your love life.
If Daddy was trying to sabotage my social life, he wouldn't have let me decant his last bottle of claret.
Ah, but he made sure I couldn't take you out of range, didn't he? And what about the time he put the mockers on that Lake District holiday you was planning with the bloke from the Trustee Savings Bank, eh?
Where did you hear that?
You told me half an hour ago.
Oh, did I? Must be the wine. It always loosens my tongue.
Oh, really?
And the sherry in the trifle.
Oh, you little devil. You really know how to let your hair down, don't you?
No, I don't. My hair's been up for longer than I care to remember. No one could describe you as classically handsome, could they?
Oh, I don't know. I got a centre spread in Fab 208.
Oh, but you're quite attractive from certain angles, and not up to Cliff Richard's standard.
Cliff Richard? Here, are you trying to get off with me? I mean, I think I should warn you that, you know, I do like you and everything, but I'd never let them kiss me on the first date.
Do you think that I'm attractive?
Yeah, of course I do.
Oh, so you like headscarves, green wellies and thermal underwear?
What? Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it's nice to meet a girl with standards, you know. Here, remember that exercise I liked?
The Mendelssohn?
Yeah, that's the one. He'll have to change his name if he wants to get on top of the pot. I've been working on it. If you care to accompany me to the keyboards.
Blackguard smoother than I gave him credit for.
Now I know I've been wearing my heart on my sleeve, but dreams are worth sharing with someone you believe in. And if love tastes so fine, well then why love in haste? You're not wasting time if the time is yours to waste. Killing time is what we say when we have time that needs filling. Killing time is not the way. Time is for living, not for killing. If you're willing, maybe we can discover how two worlds combine. When a friend becomes a lover in the space of wasted time.
And that's about as far as I've got with it at the moment.
I rather hoped you'd go a little further. I don't wear green wellies and thermal underwear all the time, you know. Oh, my goodness. That's not exactly what I intended to say.
You're nice when you're pissed.
Yes, I haven't been kissed by a man of below pensionable age since 1977, and that was the vicar after the Jubilee choral service.
What about your dad?
Oh, he'll probably be asleep by now.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything, but I'm feeling a great deal better. I particularly wanted to watch One Man and His Dog. It's the regional semi-finals. And talking of dogs, Belinda, I don't suppose there are any scraps left, are there? I'm starved.
I'll go and look in the dustbin.
Oh, well done, sir. Marvellous animal, border collie.
I prefer Brussels sprouts myself.
Best programme on television, in my opinion. Have a glass of wine, Mr. Cochrane?
Oh, no thanks, I've got to drive.
Commendable sense of social responsibility. Mouton Rothschild. The greatest of all clarets. Rich, subtle, but it is strong. Belinda, would you care for the last mug? Strange how wine affects people so differently. Women especially. You're a man of the world, Mr. Cochrane, you must have noticed that. Some women, for example, become irresponsible and passionate. Others, like my daughter, fall into a deep and dreamless slumber. Well, these old bones are for bed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you can let yourself out.
Yeah, no problem. Good night, then.
Isn't it extraordinary how you can sleep for 100 years and still feel tiddly? I thought he'd never go to bed.
You cunning little devil. Oh, where were we? Oh, right.
I seem to have mislaid my glasses.
Well, I was just looking for her.
Oh, you're still here.
Hello.
Good God, Belinda, you're supposed to be unconscious.
I know. Daddy, are there no depths to which you will not stoop?
In defence of my daughter's honour, none.
Yeah, look, I'll best be making tracks, all right? Thanks for a lovely evening. Good night.
I don't understand it. I distinctly remember the last time we had a half a bottle of wine, you were dead to the world for 24 hours.
That was when I was 10, Daddy.
10? Seems like yesterday to me. Where's my cocoa?
Where it usually is, in the larder. I'm going to bed. Good night.